TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all. Hold on, D. Joe Biden? D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this board. Hey, that street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all.
Hey, welcome back, family, to another edition of Talk Show Kings. We here live in Douglasville, Georgia, where we having big fun on TV 1061. Yes. We want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. We sorry for running a little bit behind.
Yes.
I'm going to have the Kings go ahead and introduce themselves, starting on my far right, and then we're going to jump into our topic. Far right, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. It's the Florida boy. It's Prime, man. Listen, King Mel in the building. Listen, I thank you guys for tuning in. We back. I think today's topic is going to be a little bit, I'm ready to fire off, man. I'm shooting straight from the hip.
Absolutely. And I'm King Lundy. We want to thank you so very much for being here.
Swagger,
Love,
man,
peace,
I'm
and
sorry.
praises. And we just love our audience. And we got a wonderful show on tap for you tonight.
And I'm King Trevor. What's up, fam?
International.
How y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling good. I'm going to try to be honest tonight, but not too honest, I hope, about this topic. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but let's find out. You know, if you didn't know before today, you're going to learn today.
Hey, you heard him. You're going to learn today. This your boy, Georgia Boy Doc, coming straight at you from the ATL, West Side, Simpson Road, to be more specific. But we're going to jump right into this because today's topic is on relationships from a man perspective. We want to talk about marriage. We want to talk about sex. We want to talk about just relationships in general, you know. And we're going to start off going on, how do you think that you meet a female? What attracts you to her? As far as, you know, do you see her? After you see her, the conversation, you know, what happens? How are you?
All right,
That's a great question.
All right, so listen, I told y'all I'm shooting straight from the hip.
Seem a little nervous.
I'm a butt man, so you know. If I see a nice Daria, listen, I likes that. You know what I'm saying? But I also like natural beauty. I'm a natural person. I'm not a makeup, lipstick, hair weave kind of person. I actually really thoroughly hate lipstick, bro.
Wow.
And the reason I hate lipstick is because it was a girl in school when she was young.
And she attacked you.
No, she didn't attack me. No, she didn't attack me with lipstick. What happened was she was a pretty girl, but she had full lips. And we were like in the 8th grade. And you know how girls go to feeling themselves or whatever, and their parents let them start, being look. And she came to school one day in some bright red lipstick, and when I seen it, it just
Threw you off.
Shut you
bro, it ruined me. So now, when a woman puts on lipstick, I'm just like,
So you have lipstick PTSD.
Yes, bro. Yes,
I like that.
Since the 8th grade. That is
Yeah,
so
I like that.
bad, dog.
And that was a long time ago.
It traumatized me.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm trying to call him in old joking.
but I'm
He
just
ain't catch you.
Right.
He ain't catch you.
I think with most men, when they meet women, and I would say 90% of men have to have that physical attraction. Like Key Mel said, he's a butt man. You have men that are breast men, men that are toe men, men of all sorts of different reasons why they're attracted to women. Me personally, I was attracted to my wife. You know, first and foremost, you know, the physical realm came into mind. But once I began to know her, then the mental and emotional reaction took place. And that's just me speaking for myself.
I like a funny woman. I like a woman who's funny and
Right.
smart and interesting right from jump. Obviously, listen, the physical thing is obvious. Come on, now.
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
we don't even really have to
Well,
say that.
yeah,
you know.
I think we do.
I mean, everybody's
Because-
different.
You have
Well,
to.
I think we
Everybody's
do
different.
because. Okay, I'll let you go ahead and
So,
finish.
so
I
all
don't
right,
wanna
so
interrupt you.
so I like a funny, smart, interesting,
Okay.
down to earth woman. That's what attracts me beyond the physical. Physically, I'm a dude that looks at hands. I am very, very peculiar about a woman's hands and fingernails
Right.
and stuff like that. And her teeth, her hair,
Right.
her skin. I'm not a dude that needs a big booty or, big breasts. That's
Right.
not really
Yeah.
quite my thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. It just sound like after the big booty and breast, or it sound like everything else physical though. You like you eagle eyeing it.
As long as she got hands.
Don't have eczema.
If she ain't got hands, I can't really work with you.
I won't necessarily.
The blind, crippled, or crazy can't walk out drag 'em.
So if her hands look like she just changed the transmission, you
Oh,
ain't with it.
no. That's a deal breaker from jump.
What you on, Doc?
Dirt up under the fingernail.
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I want to hear what Doc on. This is interesting.
My thing is, I like a small waist and voluptuous. She ain't got to necessarily
Hold
be
up.
big.
Yeah.
You like a small waist and voluptuous?
Yes,
Exactly.
because you ever heard of Slim Thick?
Exactly.
I seen it.
Slim
Lord.
Thick.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Lord,
Slim
yes.
Thick.
Yes, to me, that is feminine. I like a
Right.
very feminine woman.
I do too.
I don't want a woman who's going to be out there, snapping her fingers and trying to fight. That's not. Yeah, my woman don't have to fight anything
Right.
and anybody.
I
I
hear you.
always got that
Right.
aspect for her. I don't want a woman who's going to be coming at me with any kind of physical whatever. That's
Nope.
not me. That's the fastest way to get rid of me
Yep.
is to come at me with a
Trying to
with
beat
some
me
kind
up.
of violence.
Yeah,
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 that's not
yeah.
necessary
Oh, yeah.
because you can talk to me, and one of the biggest things about me is I don't ever want my woman to be mad, because to me an angry woman is crazy. That's why I'm not a polygamist. I can't imagine. I'm faithful to a woman because I guess I'm afraid of them. Because a woman will throw your car in gear while you're on the freeway doing 95 miles an hour.
Now,
That's risking her life and yours.
my God.
She
I've
don't
been
give
through
a
that.
care.
I
So I can't see being around multiple ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I had a cousin who she was mad at her boyfriend. They were driving across the bridge. She snatched it and tried to take it over there. And I said, yeah, you're a little stupid. Yeah, if we weren't family, we could never date, because I would have to hurt you or end you or something. Because good job.
But see-
for real, she did it, and the kids were in the car. And I'm just like, she
that
snaps and blacks out.
That
Yeah.
is, I don't even think they black out. I think that all of them just got that gear that they can get to, and yeah, I don't want that. I
What
never
do you
want
think
that.
triggers that though in a woman that is possessive and mean,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why when guys meet women, you stop judging a woman by her physical realm, and really get to know this woman, because crazy gonna show up soon enough.
I've heard
Uh-huh.
the bigger the booty, the bigger the crazy. That's what I've heard. And I heard that a while ago. So that's why that booty I can't say it doesn't do anything to me, but
Right.
when I see a big old booty, I'm running the opposite direction. I don't need it.
Okay, well, you listen. Okay, now I had my ex. I will say this here, boy. Listen, boy. She had an angry onion. It was, boy, listen. But what I'm telling you is, you absolutely might be right and onto something right there, because she did something that was real off-brand to me, and really threw the whole relationship out of whack. So now it's not so much. Now I'm not gonna say just because I am a butt man. I've had a woman that doesn't have a butt like that. You know what I'm saying? But her spirit and her energy was great. You know what I mean? But because of her past relationship, she had a hard time dealing with something or someone that was in front of her, and anything that was slightly or remotely off to her, she would take and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I couldn't deal with, because just because some people have a similar characteristic about it doesn't make that person the same as the last person you date. Just like they say, you know, just because we all have black skin doesn't necessarily make all black men look alike or are alike.
I
you know?
agree. I can't agree with that, because I don't think that you can categorize them like that, because I think all of them have that craziness. It's just you got to get to that. Like, I've taken anger management 6 times. Don't ask why. And one of the things about my anger management, the most thing that I learned is you don't go to your you don't go to seeing red, where your visceral state, where you just snap and lose control. Normally, you don't go from 0 to there. It builds up. Now, the thing you have to do is you have to catch it. You have to realize it's getting there and stop it. Whether you have to make a joke, whether you have to hug or kiss, or whether you have to walk away from it, whatever you have to do, stop it before it gets there. And that will solve things. Now, one thing that from me taking that, I feel like that when I'm talking to my lady, then I always stress that we weren't raised at the same place. So our views are going to be different. Now, a lot of things are just that. It's not a thing to where either one of us are ignorant or either one of us are trying to get under the other skin. We just have been raised different, so we have different viewpoints. And normally it's not even that serious. Marshall and Lundy says, wow, lipstick? Yeah, you crazy. She says, y'all talking about physical characteristics. What about her heart? Marcus, what up, Marcus? He says, what's up, fellas? Marshall says, she's been hurt by no good men that left her with a scar. True fact. Yes and no, because I don't believe that a person's behavior can be, you can say that somebody else caused you to do that, because you have the ability to not do that if you so choose. Just like it took anger management for me to learn that, but I feel like a woman can do that as well. She can see when she's getting angry, and she can stop it before she gets to that point where she's pouring bleach in the fish tank.
Now let me ask you this, Doc. What if, and you guys as well, if the man is angry and the woman is angry as well, so you have 2 angry individuals trying to build a relationship and have a successful relationship, but both of them are angry, both of them go from 0 to 100.
I don't see
How
that.
can that absolutely?
I don't
how
see
can
that.
that relationship develop?
In my opinion, in a situation like that, leave. You got to leave.
Because it is not always the woman in the
Oh
relationship.
yeah, I agree.
You
Yeah,
can't,
I agree.
If you pouring fuel on the fire in that type of situation, if both of y'all are angry, one of y'all got to go.
Yeah,
And I don't
absolutely.
mean go like permanently leave. I'm just talking about
Sometimes
the moment.
you have to
Sometimes you
permanently
do.
leave, though.
And a lot of people will
Right.
stay in relationships just because they think, well, I'm in this relationship.
Absolutely.
I got to stay. But for
Absolutely.
me,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm angry and she's angry and we both 2 angry people, I don't know how we gonna make that work.
You don't
You know,
know.
I don't know
but
how
it's
it's
crazy
gonna work.
because some people have a tendency to hold on to anger. In my previous relationship, after everything transpired, man, and I can put it out there. So it was a long distance relationship, right? And we tried to make it work. And you know, when you ask somebody something, okay, hey, listen, dude, you know, you're here, I'm there, but in the distance doesn't change until we actually can physically change it. However, you know, you have your children, I have mine. You know, things are tight right now, but let's just meet each other halfway. Let's go half on everything. If you agree to that, right? I feel like you should stick up to your end of the bargain. But when you don't, when you know you're not doing something, stuff starts to contemplate in your mind, right? And then you go far to see if what you're thinking is gonna actually be true. What makes what you're thinking actually true is the fact that you're not even trying. If you stop trying and the other person is always asking or trying, and then they just get drained and be like, okay, well, whatever, right? She went to a length and actually created a fake Facebook profile and came at me. Well, There it is. That's how that
I don't play them kind of games.
No,
To me,
exactly.
be honest with
Yeah.
me. And
Never,
I
ever.
won't do a long distance relationship because
tried.
I don't have that kind of trust.
Right, yeah.
I was cheated on several times. And I was married. I wanted to get married once, and I wanted it to last forever.
Yeah.
And it didn't work like that. I went through hell trying to make it last forever. I was just determined. But, I should have left long before I did, but I just couldn't take it after a while
Right.
because I thought it was never going to end.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to say that she's the only reason that, the relationship ended, but I will say that the show isn't ending, but we have to go to break right now.
Absolutely.
So we'll be
Right,
right
so
back
that.
in just a minute with Talk Show
Yes,
Kings.
sir.
Hope you like the conversation and keep coming at me with your comments, please.
All right.
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Welcome back
Yes.
to that same old place that we laughed about.
Hey.
Hey, check this out, right? We back with you, and we was talking about we were talking about relationships and beginning a relationship. Now, Marcel, I will agree with you, ma'am, about the. I'm sorry, I pronounced your name wrong. Forgive me, but I will agree with you that we were talking about physical characteristics. But for most men, we are attracted to a woman's physical first. That's just us. Men are visual creatures.
Right.
That's why you get men
Right.
with porn and men always want to see like booty pics and
Yeah,
things of that
yeah.
nature because
Yeah.
we just visual. That
It
stimulates
is.
us.
It does.
We're idiots to a certain extent.
First of all,
when it
right,
comes to
right.
when it comes to that kind of thing, but we are visual creatures. So
Yeah. I just want to say, I don't feel like I'm an idiot. I just feel like my eyes were.
lipstick, yeah, you're definitely an idiot. But
You
okay,
had to
we're not
see how
going
it
there.
look.
We're not going to go
You
there.
had to see how it look.
And I'm not calling you.
I know. I'm
Okay.
just-
Right.
Okay.
But also, fellas, keep in mind that a lot of women are just as visual as men are.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
when
They
women
are.
look at men and, oh, he's fine, oh, he's this,
Yes.
oh, he's that. But I have a show, and it's called Living the Married Life. And we try to explain to couples that when you get past the butterflies in your stomach and when you get past the googly eyes, what about his credit score? Does he have a job? Is he taking care of his children?
Yeah.
Can he provide for you?
See-
And women need to pay more attention to that outside of the pretty white teeth.
I want to just comment
Right.
on the looks thing. What for y'all is a deal breaker in terms of looks visually? What is a deal breaker when you see a woman? Is she too fat? She got pink hair? What will make you stop in your tracks
Their
and
hair
turn
color
around?
for me, pink hair, burgundy hair,
Blue hair? You're not
blue
with that?
hair. No,
I'm not with that either.
I have
sir.
a lot
I
of
don't
not
see
with
that
that.
I have a lot of them.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
attracted to
You
women
know,
that I
when
feel
Yeah.
are too big. I'm not attracted to women I feel are too little.
Right.
I'm not attracted to that the hair coloring
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
If
yeah.
if it's like highlights, like blonde highlights or brown
Right.
or red or something to that effect, something that goes with her natural beauty.
Yeah.
But if she
then
got like
okay.
green,
But,
Tekashi 69 rainbow
can't
hair.
see it. I don't
Tekashi
know it. I don't know because I've never dealt with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've seen one woman online that had pink hair, and I thought she looked nice.
Right.
But like I've never seen it in person and thought it was attractive.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so 'cause
What about
definitely gonna-
weaves?
Okay,
don't care.
so
What? You don't care. You
Not
don't,
at
you,
all.
you don't mind a weave.
Not at all.
Okay,
I
so
don't-
King Lundy?
I don't mind at all.
You don't mind a weave either?
long as it's done right.
Exactly. I mean,
You know,
as long as I can't look at her and see pieces
you
of
know what
whatever
my
hanging
pet
out.
peeves are on a woman's weave
What?
is if she pulls it up and the BB's running down her neck.
okay, so
Gotta keep
so,
the kitchen
okay,
tight.
so with
But that
with
beehive
said,
kills me.
right? I'm just say for me, like I told you, man. Look, I'm like Doc. I don't want a female that's too big. I
Yeah.
just don't. I feel like it's too much. It's too many ways out there to try and take care of yourself if you just allow you to let yourself go. You feel me? And that's not even from just a physical attraction standpoint, right? That's from a health standpoint as well. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because again, allowing yourself to get completely out of shape is bad for your health. You know, I just a woman that's letting herself go like that, I'm not gonna do that. I personally, and I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I hate a woman that wears a lace front. Oh my God, I hate lace fronts.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way your hairline should go, and then I can see the little netting in the makeup or car. I can't take that.
Right.
I don't like fake breasts. If they small, they small. I don't care
Yeah.
because I'm not a breast man.
What
Yeah.
about? But you're a booty man. So what about? A
I don't
fake
want
booty?
I don't want
What
to fake
about a
one of
fake
those
booty?
either.
Right.
No, I don't like that. Like, I think that be who you are. Listen, a man calls a woman out on her breasts or being fake or her butt being fake, right? And the first thing they say, well, you can't judge me. I paid for da, right? Let me ask y'all the question. Y'all please chime in on this. Audience, please. What if a man one summer came out, he was out there, beginning of the summer, he had on some sweat or jogging pants and you couldn't see no print was there. By the end of the summer, he come back and knives down his leg. He don't ain't got a penis implant or whatever, or penis enlargement. You gonna say, well, that wasn't his, it wasn't there. I mean, it's the same thing for me. It's the same thing with weave
Yeah,
and fake
yeah,
breasts and
yeah.
fake butts. It's not yours. Be happy with what you have. Work on what you have. Like, come on, work with what you have. I'm sorry.
Again, I'm the same. I could care
Right.
less.
Absolutely. Now, I want to give a shout out to the plus size women out there. I'm a man that loves you. I have a pageant every year for plus size women. You girls did your thing for my show, and I love my wife. I'm here for you, boo. So I give a shout out to them. But each king has his own.
Now,
just
I
the
agree
way
with you
it
because
goes.
beauty's in the
Absolutely.
eye of the beholder. I have seen large women
Yeah.
that I thought
Beautiful.
were pretty.
Beautiful
I'm just-
plus-size
exactly.
women.
But
Yeah.
it's just not my thing.
Yeah,
as far as-
absolutely.
but,
Absolutely.
by no means am I trying to degrade anybody who's like that.
Right.
My mother's watching. She's under my sister's. My sister Valerie, my mother's watching. Hey, Mom, Regina, Janet Schofield, I love you too. Marcus Ford says, yep, most women are worse than men when it comes to physical attractions. They will check you out a lot faster than men. We will stare to the point of disrespect sometimes.
Yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that's part of that
Yeah.
physical thing. Why can't y'all call women hefty instead of fat? I don't think I've called women hefty or fat. I just
I
said,
said fat.
big women. But
I did say that.
whatever a woman wants to be called, it makes her comfortable.
Yeah.
If you're a large woman and I'm not attracted to you, I'm not saying, and I'm not physically attracted to you, I'm not saying that you aren't good looking. I'm not saying that you aren't
For somebody
voluptuous. You aren't
you are.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
because I
absolutely.
strongly
Yes.
believe beauty's in the eye of the beholder. To some women, I might be ugly as all outdoors.
Right,
To some
right.
women, I might look nice.
That's right.
I'm okay with all of that.
Right.
You know, if I'm not attracted to a woman, I hope by all means that doesn't lower her self-esteem. Because I'm not the
Yeah.
end all be all when it
Yeah.
comes to,
I gotta ask a question though when it comes to
Attraction.
That. And he says, why can't we say hefty? I gotta ask, if we are along the lines of that, saying that, right? And somebody says fat, somebody says hefty, somebody says voluptuous, somebody says big bone, whatever, right? Does it not all equate to the same thing? Whether if you say lie, fib, or story, it's all the same thing,
Yeah.
right? It's just how a person actually takes it.
Exactly.
Right.
For me, look, I grew up, man, I was skinny, and I'm still skinny. You know what I'm saying? I had big lips, big knees. Before I got braces, my teeth was all messed up. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. But that was just life. No lie. Like, for real, this was me. You feel me?
I've never heard anybody say big knees.
But
I had big knees, man, for real.
Have you ever heard?
But the
My
thing
legs
about
can-
is what he's saying is it's a way to word it and to say or call somebody something. But, and I'll say this, if you go to a buffet and you see a line of food just lined up, and you see it's neatly clean, or you can get this and feel comfortable about it, it's the presentation. So when you present
I agree.
to a heavyset woman or a plus size woman or a big beautiful woman, it's the presentation from which you give her, because everybody deserves respect.
Yeah.
No matter what size, shape
so
they are.
this is
Now,
But men
my mom-
like what they
I
like
agree.
and women like what they like. If you know you like tea, don't drink Kool-Aid. If you know you like Sprite, don't drink Coke. or
Exactly.
Coca-Cola. Drink what you like.
Exactly.
Right.
My mom or my sister, whichever one this is, says, I don't think men can get an extension. I don't know.
Listen.
You know.
Listen to me. Just as sure as a woman can get some breasts put on and a booty put on, and a man can get his penis taken off and tucked and call himself a woman, that can happen. There's a lot of things I'm telling you, it can happen.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't personally have to experience that thing, but what I'm saying is for those who might.
True story. I'm not gonna call dude's name, but if you watch it, then, if you ever see this, know that hey, I still think he's one of the funniest cats I've ever met. He was a Caucasian male I was in the military with, and you've seen those commercials Extend when the guy's standing like this and he totally take the pills and he grows.
Yeah.
So he took Extends, right? He took Extends and he walked around. He said it just gave him a 24-hour erection. He walked around hard all the time, but it didn't help him like grow.
Right.
So it shot his testosterone way up. Well, he got tired of taking the Extend, so he stopped.
Right.
Well, his estrogen started shooting up
Right.
to counter the testosterone, and he grew a breast.
Wow.
One breast.
Wow.
So he had. I swear I'm not. Making,
knew you were gonna-
I swear I'm not making this
I
up.
knew you.
Wait.
And it used to gross me out. It used to gross me out. I thought it was the weirdest shit.
So he walk around and
Man, that's
breastfeed
crazy.
and grab his pack.
He had one breast.
Daddy baby.
He had one. Hey, he was the coolest cat about it. He would talk about it and stuff like that.
But you see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? When we say these types of things and we say, look, be who you are. Stop. You can do a great presentation of somebody else,
Right.
but
That's-
nothing compares to being a perfect you.
That's
Yeah.
for you to
Yeah.
say about you. But
absolutely.
a person, whatever makes a person feel more comfortable about them, I'm all for. If you want to have extra breasts or butt or whatever you want to do you. Make you happy
Right.
because like me, I don't like my stomach. I feel like I'm way too fat in my stomach. I told babe girl, I was like, I walked by the mirror and I thought I was pregnant.
Right.
And it just bugs me. It bugs me that I'm not shedding weight how I want to, as quick
Right.
as I want to.
Right.
She
Right.
swears to me I don't look pregnant, but to me I do.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel
you
the
know,
same way.
I'm not saying anything negative about her point of view,
Right.
but I have to make me happy. To me, she's Aphrodite. I mean, my name.
So let me ask
run it.
y'all this. Let me
Yes,
ask
sir.
y'all this. Okay, so you would not. There's certain women that you would not approach based on their looks. Now, what happens if you in a
who said
relationship?
that?
No, hold on.
Yeah, right.
What happens if you in a relationship, right, with your lady? You've been together for a couple of years, and then she comes home and she tells you, you know what, baby, I think I'm gonna get my pink hair. I think I'm gonna get my breasts enhanced. I think I'm gonna get my booty lifted, tucked, cut, chopped, whatever.
Right.
What I'm saying is she wants to make a change while y'all have been together. And you like what she came into the relationship with, but for whatever reason she decides, I'm gonna change something. How would you feel about that? She comes home one day and tells you,
Well, when you are in a relationship with someone, then it's one. Those two become one. You think alike, sometimes you act alike, and you have to agree alike. So if the woman in the relationship says, I'm gonna dye my hair, and you don't want her hair dyed, you know, you have to make certain choices and decisions in the relationship. Where if I know that my wife doesn't like this, why am I gonna do it? And I know she don't like it.
okay, so that's my question.
Eh,
If you came
absolutely.
home and you don't like pink hair,
Right.
Your wife comes home one day with a nice pink hairdo.
Right.
London, check this out.
Right.
What you gonna say?
I'll pour some bleach on her head.
Hey, listen,
While she's sleeping.
Hey, listen. Nobody on here gave him that idea.
Put some shoe polish on her.
Nobody ever had that idea. No, seriously, with all this stuff, listen, man. Look,
Come on, King
if
Mel.
a woman comes home and she does that, right? Your woman says, I physically feel this way, right? Look, man, I can't stop her from going out and going to the hair thing and getting pink hair, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But she needs to understand something. No, I'm not going to like it, so I'm not going to tell you that I do. I may like the style that the hair is in, you know what I mean? But I will not like the fact that it's pink.
Right.
So, no, I'm not going to agree with that. And another thing, if you're going to go dye your hair, you need to understand that putting chemicals in your hair can possibly on the first try, or maybe the 15th try, or 1,000th try, whatever, may possibly cause your hair to fall out or something like that. So, you know.
Me, I'm open-minded, so I would express that I don't want it and that I love the way she looks now.
Right.
But if she was to do it, then I'm going to try to adjust, because my biggest thing is she have to be comfortable with her, and I'm not comfortable with going to break. But we don't have an option, so we'll be right back in just a moment. Talk Show King, stay with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap, because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here.
What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all.
Hold on, D. Joe Biden?
D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this porch. Hey, stay like that. Street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all.
And I don't care what you say.
I don't care
if
what.
she eating an onion.
What?
I'm sorry. Back to the show. Check this out, right? So my mother, Miss Regina Janet Schofield, I love you. She's on the show, and she says that the way you talk to a woman may hurt her feelings. Now, I'm a huge person as to I never want to hurt my woman's feelings. So if my woman asks me a question that I don't agree with, I'm not going to lie to her, but I may change the subject, or I may say something off kilter. I'm not just going to come straight out and say it. Now, you had a different opinion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did. I am the kind of person like this, right? I like to keep things from a realist standpoint. You feel me? So if a woman is dealing with me, don't ask me questions like, does this make me look fat? Listen, don't ask me that, because I'm going to be quite blunt and quite honest. If you were a size 22 when you bought the dress does not make you look fat. You were already big or fat or whatever before you bought the dress. That's not something you want. Because here's the thing. If you see this and you're not trying to do anything about it, don't get mad at the person's honesty. Because honestly, with yourself, you are not trying to do nothing about it. There are 168 hours in a week. If you spend 2 or 3 of them hours a day watching a reality show or watching a soap opera or whatever the case may be, you could have spent time doing something about said problem. So when said problem comes up and you get said truthful answer, don't get mad.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Let me ask something based on that. How much honesty is necessary in a relationship? Are
Before
you
you go
supposed
there,
to?
though, I gotta ask you a question
right
about
ahead.
honesty.
Yes, sir.
What's the lineup for the week as far as TV 1061?
Honestly?
Can you honestly tell me what the lineup is?
TV 1061, and we're as honest as we can.
Please be honest.
Tune in on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Flavor,
Oh.
8 o'clock.
Flavor.
If you got a voice and you can sing poetry and you can talk, whatever you can do, tune in to the Flavor and get the facts, get to know, get how to be responsible to even get on the show.
Hey.
Also, 9:30 p.m., the playlist.
Oh.
You want to listen to your hot tunes, some of the nicest classic, even old school, but mostly hip hop. Tune into the playlist at 9:30.
Playlist.
And Thursday night, don't forget at 6 o'clock p.m. for you adults out there,
What
we
we
got the Bedroom Chronicles.
Bedroom
Y'all need to invite me on that.
Always the Bedroom
Y'all, I
Chronicles.
need to do a guest appearance. on the Bedroom
Absolutely.
Chronicles.
And coming right back at you with a powerful punch on Saturday. We got at 2 o'clock, One Nation.
Under a groove.
One Nation,
Yes.
tune into it.
Getting
Also
down
at 3:30, we have the conversation. The talk game.
The
If you
talk
like
game.
to talk, listen to the conversation.
sir.
And you know what Sunday brings. It brings some of the hottest ladies on this side of the ATL. And we talking about none other than those smoking hot talk show divas.
Oh, yeah. They took a break
4:30.
this week.
And last but not least, our director, Mr. Felix Washington.
Mr.
He
Felix
saves the
Washington.
best for last. Because you know where we coming from, Doc. T-Sup,
Hey,
anytime
down, bro.
Always up the Dungeon family represents. I'm talking about them talk show kings.
Hey,
Coming
having
to
big
you live, having big fun here on TV 1061.
And
Tune in, you got us
Douglasville,
love
know
us.
what it is.
Back to you, Doc.
Okay, check this out. Run it.
Before you do that, because hold up, I read a comment. I just gotta say it. Miss Marcelin Lundy says, "I pray for your women."
Why did she say what happened?
Because
Because of what I said.
Oh, she's talking about you.
Yes,
She's talking about us.
Very specific.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I am. Listen, I am so sorry. Do not take that for what it's worth. I am just saying that I'm brutally honest, and I say this from the beginning before I'm in a relationship, because that way
Right.
we'll know where the playing field is at. It's honestly, let's be honest from the get-go.
But can you deal with a woman being brutally honest with you?
Yes, I can, which is why I will never ask a woman, "Am I the best you ever had?"
That ain't a good question.
Yeah, do not do that.
I don't ask questions I don't want to know the answer to.
Absolutely.
See, Miss
Absolutely.
Marcelin, I am perfectly
But,
fine with that. I do
absolutely.
not ask questions I do not want
Absolutely.
to know the answers to.
Right.
So I will not let you tell me that.
Hey, Joanne,
might
thank
get
you for
my
watching.
feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Show enough. Hey, thank you for watching again, bro. Most men work out to get big, trying to catch up with the ladies
Right.
who get to taste every food item before their kids eat. That's kind of fun. And you know what though? It's like a lot of women can really cook. Like I don't know what it is about them, but like baby girl, she always say she can't cook, but I haven't tasted anything
Yeah.
that she's cooked that I ain't liked.
Yeah.
Speaking of cooking though, you date an international lady, right?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Your woman is
Yeah.
Japanese.
International man of mystery,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
King.
yes, sir.
How is that different, if you don't mind me asking? And what attracted to you at her initially? Did she have great hands?
My wife has very pretty hands, yes. My mother has beautiful hands.
Right,
So all my
right,
life, that's been something that's attracted me. But anyway, the reason I'm married to my Japanese wife, even though sometimes she drives me crazy, it does not matter where they're from, by the way. All women have certain constants that they all are. But my wife is extremely domesticated, and she keeps our house very, very taken care of as far as taking care of the bills. I mean, I pay the bills, but she handles taking care of the bills, keeping the house clean and making food. And she's very domesticated, and she has no problem with that. There's no there's no drama in our relationship. It's always peaceful, which is something that Japanese people, it's important to them. Harmony, a harmonious society. So it's real important for my wife
Absolutely.
for us to have a harmonious home. But, an international marriage has problems of its own.
I'm sure.
Like, you know, my wife speaks Japanese, and I speak a little bit of Japanese, but a lot of times I don't know what she be saying.
Right.
So a lot of times I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, baby, yeah, that sounds good, and I don't know
But
what
you married her knowing that, though.
Yeah, I did.
And that goes back to what we were talking
That's the
about.
truth.
How'd
The
you meet
whole
her?
conversation is that you marry what you want and you are with who you want to be with.
Yeah.
So if you marry a woman, you're in a relationship with a woman, then that signifies this is who I want to be with. Whether whether or not there's a language barrier, whether there's a weight indifference, whether or not there's a speech impediment.
Now, let me speak
Whatever,
to that. Now,
okay.
You marry who you like.
Yeah,
At
absolutely.
that moment. You
Right.
marry. Now,
Right.
what happens if you change or one of y'all changes?
Well, you are going to
Well,
change.
everybody
okay, so
Everybody
this is what I'm
changes.
saying.
Right.
though. Now, what happens? For example, you marry a woman that she does not work out.
Right.
You decide a couple years into the relationship that you want to get in some better shape, and
Right.
you want her to get in some better shape too.
Right.
You spend 6 months or a year, you get yourself in
Right.
nice shape, and your woman, she has not joined you.
Okay, well, let me stop
what
you right
do you
there.
do in that situation?
When you said you spend 6 months getting yourself in shape, well, those same 6 months, she should have been with you and you helping her get in shape
Now that's
as
my
well.
question. What
Absolutely.
happens? What happens if she don't want to?
See?
Well, sometimes...
she looking at you like that's
right,
what you want
right.
to do. That's
Well,
not what I want to do.
I'll say this right here. When I met my wife, I was 502 pounds.
Oh wow.
502 pounds. How I know my wife was my wife, we went to a restaurant and I could barely walk from here to the camera without, I was so embarrassed because of that, that when my wife and I would get to the front door and she would say like, what are you gonna have? I would turn my head, I think I'm gonna have a steak and lobster. I think I'm gonna have some bread. So
That's funny.
she stopped me and she held my face. She held my face and blew in my nostrils.
So you
I
could breathe?
catch my breath. I said, God, this is my
But see-
wife.
Wow.
This is my wife. Absolutely.
She was basically being
Absolutely.
intoxication and trying to give you the breath of life.
Yeah, I
Because
said,
she
this
want-
is my
Now-
wife.
Now here's the thing. You just said what happens if she doesn't want to work out. Now, some men and some women, right, that want to work out and try to get in shape and their significant other doesn't want to,
Right.
they're met with negativity from that person, right? Who you trying to work out for? Who you trying to look good for?
Yeah.
First of all,
I've experienced that. But,
first of all, stop asking me those types of questions.
Yeah.
And be more
Proactive.
Not proactive,
Yeah,
or say something like this right here. Like, I say, well, why are you working out? Could it not be for my health? Because you know what I'm saying. Listen, I've never been a big person, right? When my son's mother was pregnant, I got up to 210 pounds.
Right.
I've never been that big in my life. I'm not one to carry weight. My dad can carry it. My dad was like 255, 260 at his heaviest. He can carry that. I've never been that way. You know what I'm saying? I got out of high school weighing 145. So that was a lot more weight for me. So I had to drop down up under it. Now I finally got up under 200. I feel better, but I still want to work out. But here's
Right.
my thing. It's not about if somebody is doing something and you don't agree. If you don't want them to work out, say you don't want, and that person's probably going to tell you, hey, listen, you may not want me to work out, but I'm doing this for my health and I'm going to get in shape. Now, if you want to be unhealthy, that's your decision within this relationship. You know what I'm saying? But then you have those type of people who not only do they try to bring you down when they see you doing good, they automatically assume that it's somebody else who's encouraging you or that you want besides them. And the reason they feel that way is because they know that you're doing something about your looks and about your health, and they're going to feel like you're no longer going to be attracted to what they have to offer.
Well, see, now that's what I'm
scenario
asking.
the scenario you actually asked about. I don't think that relationship will work for me.
Yeah.
I'm the kind who I'm very supportive. If my woman wants to go skydiving, we will go skydiving. If she
Right.
wants to work out, we will work out. But I expect that same in return. You know, I expect her to be supportive of me. And I'm not necessarily saying she has to necessarily get involved, but my woman knows that I don't like big women. So if she was to allow herself to get big, then she would know that I wouldn't be as attractive to her. So I would think that, you know, knowing that she wouldn't allow that to happen because she knows me from the beginning. From the beginning, this is something I've stated. This is something, you know, I mean, we talk all the time. So, hey, bro, Trip, thank you for watching. Show enough, hold on. Show enough said, no, Marceline, okay, Joanne, you can be honest and kind in the same sentence. I feel you. Marceline, I'm one of those that can cook my ass off. Hey, thank you. Show enough. We are from the South, frying everything to the point we call it culture. We need to get more in the tune with nature and explore the plants of the world with herbs. I feel you on that one.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like you were talking about, you getting in shape and you want to improve yourself. I mean, what happens if you're in a relationship and you decide to make a major lifestyle change? For example, you come into the relationship and both of you are meat eaters. Both of you eat meat. A few years into the relationship, for whatever reason, you decide, you know what, I'm gonna go vegetarian. What happens if she looks at you? You're not going to eat these ribs. You're not going to eat this steak. How can the relationship, or can a relationship continue forward when there's a huge lifestyle change on that level?
I think it can if she doesn't try to down me for it.
Right,
I'm not going to try to force her into being a vegan if I want to, just like I feel like she shouldn't try to force me. If she wants to, cool. If she don't want to, cool. But on that same note, just support me in my effort. If what I'm doing is not going to be damaging to her.
Right, and in the majority of the relationships, love carries a relationship a long way. You know, when you got love, genuine love for the other person, sometimes they get on your wildest nerves.
Sometimes.
But it's that love that carries you, you know, with love and understanding and trust and loyalty. And you got that in your relationship, it'll overshadow any pitfalls, any downfalls, but you got to be with that one person. See, everybody's not for everybody.
I agree.
There's only one somebody for you.
I don't know if I agree with
I
that.
don't know if I agree with that either. Let me ask. Do y'all believe in the concept of a soulmate? That what you just said, Keelan,
Absolutely.
that there's only one person, God made one person, and you got to spend your whole life looking for that one person, and if you don't, you missed it. Do you believe in soulmates?
I found mine. We found each other.
Okay.
I don't. Dennis Edward with Temptation made a song. Excuse me, cause y'all. The song said, "Don't look any further." For
Dennis
me,
Exactly.
I don't have to look no further than what I've. Now, some people, it take them a while. It take them 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 marriages to find that person. Some people, it take that one marriage to find that person. I'm just saying with me, because I'm being brutal and honest, I found what it is.
Good for you, brother.
That I was looking
I
for.
would say this. As far as the concept of a soulmate, look, man, there are people who have been together for 17 years in a relationship, got married and divorced in 2 years after that, right? There are people who have had 4 or 5 failed marriages, right? There are people, I've seen a couple that, I read about a couple that met each other, right? 2 weeks later got married, and have been married ever since, and they don't cheat or anything, right? If you're in something and you're dedicated to it and you want to be on the same page as a person, you have to understand that you're 2 different human beings. You're gonna have different thought processes about everything, but the main thing is to be an adult and have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Have a dialogue. Talk to one another and not at one another. That's what happens when most people have an argument. They're too busy talking at the person and not to the person. They're too busy using their ears because they work. They can hear, but they're not listening. You know what I'm saying? You were talking about the whole lifestyle switch up as far as a vegetarian. When I met my son's mother, she was a pescatarian and me, I was a meat eater, right? Now, flash forward to now, her and I are no longer together. We haven't been together since 2018, right? She's a pescatarian, and I'm a vegetarian. I haven't eaten meat in almost 2 years now. So, you know, lifestyle changes. You may not be with the person, but certain habits can carry over and make you want to try certain things, and it changes and improves your life. You may not be with them, but hey.
When we come back, I want you to answer that question. I have an answer as well, but we got to come back because we got to go to break. This will be our last segment we're going into. But thank you for joining us and keep hitting us up with questions. I'll try to make sure I get to all of them.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlantiville.
And if you had three, hey, welcome back, people. We were talking about if you believed in a soulmate. You brought the question up, and I want to pose that question back to you, sir. Do you believe in a soulmate?
I believe the person that you are currently with is the person that is your soulmate for that moment. That's what I believe. I don't believe that God made one individual person for each individual person, and if you don't meet that person, you're just out of luck. I think that you can make the person that you're with your soulmate to the best of your ability for that time. I truly believe in the concept of seasons. People come into your life for a season, for a certain reason, and then they may move out. But for that one season that they were in your life, that person was your soulmate. I believe in the idea, let me take it a step further. I believe in the idea that you can have a soulmate for a night. And I don't mean sexually. I mean, you might meet somebody that you need in that particular moment, and that person fulfill your needs in that moment. You may never see them again, but for that moment, that person was your soulmate. That's my belief.
That's cool. And hold on just a moment. That's cool. And I'm going on basically that same theory, but I believe that a relationship is work. I believe that love is an action word, and that when people say "I love you," it's not just a feeling. It is a feeling, but it's a lot more to it. Love is you don't want to hurt that person, so that's why the whole infidelity thing kind of strikes me is you don't love somebody, because if you know that you're doing something that can hurt that person, then in my opinion, that's not love. Because if you love somebody, then you don't do things intentionally to hurt them. If you know you're going towards something that's going to hurt them, you try to back up off it. Now, as far as a soulmate you get with somebody, and you have to learn to be tolerant, and you have to realize that they're being tolerant of you. Because a lot of us, we see what the person is doing, but we don't see what we're doing. Self-analysis is not something we're taught.
But let me ask you this question right here, Doc.
I would like to get into sex.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question right here, Trevor, and I pose a question to all the kings. Would you try to build a foundation with everybody you meet?
Oh, definitely not. I
Speaking of
definitely would
soulmate,
not.
because I hear you say that anybody can be a soulmate at any given time, but is it proper for you to build a relationship with everybody you meet?
It's definitely...
Because a lot of men do and have done
Absolutely.
that. You meet somebody at the club, and it's clicking at the club, and y'all get home, and you do your thing, and then y'all talk to each other on the phone every day.
And then you find out this ain't the one.
Well, you're trying to build with her.
Yeah.
All right? You go to another club, you meet somebody, and the same thing happens. So now you're trying to build with her. So my question is, do you try to build a foundation or a relationship or make everybody your soulmate that you meet?
There has to be boundaries.
Yeah.
There has to be boundaries, and this is something I personally, it's my issue personally.
Right.
My boundary situation ain't real right. But I believe. No, it's not all that. It ain't like that. I just believe that you need people for different reasons at different moments.
Right.
And if you're a married man, you obviously you have to establish some kind of boundaries. Sometimes you step over those boundaries, but if you have any sense of taking care of the person you love, like King Dot said, when you come, you're supposed to pull yourself back inside your boundary. Once you step outside that boundary and you make a mistake and you recognize, wait, where the hell am I? I'm not supposed to be here.
So what about
it's
the
on
sex
you
side
to
of it,
pull
now?
yourself back into
Right.
that boundary.
Yeah, what about the sex side of it?
Before we get to the sex
Yes,
side,
sir.
that's gonna be. I'm gonna just, after my last relationship and everything else, it didn't go as like I wanted it to, so that ended. Seeing people, and in between that, and then to my current relationship now, and I gotta say, I didn't it wasn't an expected meeting. I met her just while working. I just happened to say something, and you know, I didn't see her for like a week or two, and then she just came back in hoping I was there, and that's how it all started. From there, and going out on that date I was telling you guys about and everything to now, where I'm laying a foundation of building from the beginning.
With this young lady here?
Yes, because she's
soulmate material?
Man, I don't even want to say soulmate. I want to say that this is a lifetime, it can be a lifetime partnership.
What, already?
A lifetime, because listen, you state what you want from the beginning, mean what you say, and say what you mean, and be done. As you can relate as to the Bible, let your yeas be your yeas and your nays be your nays. Right. So, you know, with her, with Kim, I say yes. Okay. And that's just what it is. And it's probably gonna be people who not gonna like it.
If Kim is listening, that's some serious talk now.
No, but she knows this. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to bring my relationships into the open public because everybody has an opinion. Right. And your opinion is not warranted nor needed. You know what I'm saying? You can throw your 2 cents in here, and you might mess around and get a food stamp back. Right. For real. It's worth something.
Hobo,
I promise you.
Show Enough says, trying new things help the relationship grow. One person has to take the lead. I feel you on that one. He said, he asked if the dress code in a relationship matters. To me, it matters a lot. There's certain parts of my woman's anatomy that are not to be shared with the world, and I'm not with it. So if she was to dress like that, then that would be the end of our whatever. Is being happy.
Wait, let me ask you a question. When your woman starts exercising, she loses 10, 15, 20 pounds. She thinks she's looking good. She decides, you know what, I'm gonna change my whole wardrobe up. Suddenly she's rocking Daisy Dukes and halter tops and all that. What do you do in that situation?
Me, I'm letting her know that there are parts of her body that are only for my eyes.
And if she
time out? If she insists on showing them, then we're done, because I'm not with it. I'm just not. If my woman's bottom is not for everybody to see. That's for me to see. My woman's breast.
So you would actually break up with her over?
I would. Okay. If my woman was to walk outside naked, intentionally, like if somebody's trying to do something to her and she's trying to escape, that's one thing. Right. But if she's just walking around and letting everybody see her, then she doesn't have enough self-respect for me, and I can't be with her.
Yeah, I was at the mall the other day buying a hoodie, and Kim told me I am not allowed to buy the sweatpants to match the hoodie, so I was just like,
what's wrong with the sweatpants?
We're not gonna get to the other topic because you know the fourth segment is real short.
Hey Kim, if you ever talk to King Lundy again, he said, "What's wrong with the sweatpants?"
Modern age versus classic age relationship is keeping up with the Joneses important to you. I ain't with it. Soulmates are many, twin flames. There's only one. I ain't mad at you. We don't agree on that one. Great show, guys. Thank you, Florida Lipstick. Yes, they think you crazy on lipstick. Erica Quinn says, interesting, and Joanne says, sounds controlling. It may be, Erica, if that's how you want to see it, but it is what it is. There are certain boundaries that I have and certain boundaries she has. My woman has let me know that her personal life is very personal to her. So you'll hear me say baby girl on the show, but you'll never hear me say her name. That's not something that she wants aired out like that. So I don't do it out of respect. Whether you call it whatever you want to, that's cool. But I feel like whatever two people do in their relationship is fine as long as those two agree with it. Anybody else's opinion is just that. It's their opinion. If Trevor and his wife are into role playing, as long as he don't tell nobody, it's great. The minute he tells somebody, now everybody has their opinion and want to tell them how bad role playing is. I ain't with it. So you know, do you?
That you can do. Like exactly. I feel like everybody needs to have that personal respect for their relationship.
Exactly.
Because again, it's just like when you go out in public and you see a man with his pants sagging or whatever. I don't do that because my underwear are not for you to see. It's not for your daughters and stuff to see. You know, people have kids and stuff. Like nobody's daughter needs to see your underwear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw that
want to talk about sex.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about sex. I got a good question about sex. What happens if your woman comes home one night and decides she want to experiment? She want to drop some hot wax on your back. She want to shackle you to the bed. She got a whip in her hand. Are you down to experiment with all that?
First of all,
I'm talking about handcuffing you to the bed.
You're not handcuffing me. I done been to them. They got sexy. Now time I got put them on. Not now.
Flashbacks, PTSD.
Well, that's
Not
about it.
PTSD. You're not going to put handcuffs on me. 'Cause you might have contemplated in your mind that I have done something that I have not done, and then I have no escape.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not happening.
That's
You're not
true,
handcuffing me.
Okay, so how about you? How about you, King Doc? Your woman wants to express. She want to beat you. She want you to get on your hands and knees and beat you.
I have boundaries, and I'm not into pain.
Okay.
But there are certain things that, you know, if she wants to experiment, then we can try. But again, I'm not into pain. And handcuffs are not as durable as people think they are.
What if
you can break them?
Okay, you not into pain.
Handcuffs.
You not into pain. But what if she wants you to beat her?
I couldn't see it. Not where I think I'm hurting her.
Well, no.
What if she wants you to hurt her?
I can't do it. I cannot hurt a woman. That's not in me. That's not the person
But
that I am.
I'm not necessarily talking about her to like punch her or something. I'm talking about she wants you to do something, like I said, whip her or, you know, choke her or something wild like that. Is that something you would do?
Don't know. I don't know. Until I'm faced with it, then I don't know. If that's what she wanted, then I would think I would try it.
Okay.
However, if I did a scene in a show once where I had to throw a girl down on the bed. We had to take that about 8 times because I kept apologizing. I would throw harder, then get close to the bed and let her go soft. It's not in me. It's not in my physical being to hurt a woman. So if I thought I was hurting her, I would stop immediately. It's just not in me. I just can't do it. And yeah, my mind can't adjust to that.
Go ahead.
One of you gentlemen?
Go.
Next, you go ahead.
Hey, what about you?
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, exactly. What about you?
I'm gonna try to satisfy my woman and do whatever she wants, whatever she needs me to do.
Right.
But reciprocally, I'm gonna need her to do whatever I need her to do.
I be wondering. Did you want to say anything?
No, absolutely not.
I be wondering, like guys who watch porn and stuff, and then want to try that kind of thing. If the woman ain't into it, you know what I'm saying? Because some of that stuff may look appealing to whatever, but it's on television. It's made to be that fantasy, whatever.
Right.
And it might not be comfortable to a woman. It may not even be pleasurable.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this. Listen to me good. You're not handcuffing me. You're not finna call yourself poking and priding in me and none of that right there. I'm a man. That's not happening. However, I used to work in a sex store. So, if we gotta go there and pick out some toys, and I'm talking about anything from vibrators to dildos and butt plugs or whatever she into, I'm Peter Pablo. I'm gonna give you anything you can handle, and you can believe that. I'm not playing, cause let me tell you something. I'm one of the guys who watch porn, and I'm a dumb freak. So
I don't know what that means.
I'm stupid with it.
I don't really know what that means. Seriously. But there's
swing.
nothing that's
you know,
an
you
any
put a
on
swing
me.
on a door.
There's not.
And put 'em in it?
I'm not putting anything in me. I don't play like that.
Yeah, it's not happening. That's not happening. I'm not doing
I'm
that.
not
But
with
that swing, so you know the swing you get to hang from the ceiling and the ones you get to put on the door.
King Mel, you're getting too personal. So let me ask y'all one more question. So, do sexual appetites change? Let's say you start your relationship. Right? You and your wife are getting physical, intimate, 1, 2, 3, 4 times a week. 3, 4, 5 years later, that number has dropped down to once a month, twice a month. You as a man, you need it more. She has settled into the relationship. Something has happened. Her sexual appetite has changed. What do you do in that situation? I want to hear from you, King.
Okay, well, in that instance, a lot of things change, especially when you in a relationship, you've been in a relationship for a while. First and foremost, you got to look at the body. The body changes, and whether you had going through some medical issues, you know, you're going through phases. Because a woman, she goes through different types of things. And when you've been married to a woman, my wife and I have been married almost 10 years now. And we still are the love of each other's life.
That's nice, man.
And when it comes to intimacy, you know, a lot of times for my wife and I, she can rub my head and I'm intimate.
And you good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, or I can kiss her on the jaw, you know, so to speak. And it's the intimacy that we share that makes us feel good. See, men think it's running to the bedroom and jumping on top of her and pow, pow, pow.
Wait a minute.
It's caressing her.
Okay.
It's rubbing her feet. It's rubbing her shoulders.
The reason that I think the woman I'm with now is the one is because we've been going through our thing for a few years.
Yes.
And every time I look at her, I still get that feeling.
Yeah.
When we talk on the phone, when I hear her, if somebody mentions her name, if my family member mentions her name, I get all smiley and giggly, and they pick at me about that. They mess with me about that. But it's like she just I ain't gonna say everything about her because that's an unrealistic statement. But most things about her I'm attracted to. The idea of her is nice to me.
Right.
You know, not only is she nice to me physically, but she's nice to me mentally. She makes me think differently than what I'm used to. All of that is a turn on for me.
Again, conversation. Listen, before anybody thinks this is just a physical thing, when it comes to me, it's not even just that. Understand something. I had this thing that says the life and the length of love can only be learned when lust is not present, and the sensuality of sex should never be sought unless the heart is succumbed to the true meanings and feelings of sincerity. And so, I embrace the intelligence that embraces her mind, and I make love to her mind and her soul, and the sweetest music is what it becomes to her body.
I think I saw it on Love Jump.
No, you didn't. You heard me, because I wrote that. I used to write poetry all the time. Don't
Wow,
blame
man,
me.
that's great.
Check it out.
Real.
But check it out, though. What I'm saying is
That's
that
hot.
when it's mental, when you can have a conversation with somebody, and that conversation is so deep and so intimate that it translates to a physical thing. When you finally get to the physical part of it,
It's gonna be
like
good.
it's an explosion like none other.
Absolutely.
So don't think this is just physical with me.
Right.
But I do enjoy the physical.
I feel you on that one. I thought that I was normal or the majority people, men, felt like I do. I don't want a woman that I'm just physical with. I did that when I was younger, and it never felt worth it to me. But a woman that I'm into, my being with her is a lot more intense. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get to this
we
right
gotta
here,
wrap up.
well, cause I know we gotta wrap up. But Joanne says all of you should go buy a toy and use it and tell us about it. Or tell us about the experience next week.
No.
Absolutely no.
I wouldn't go into my personal life that deep. However, we gotta go, and hopefully y'all will tune in next week and talk to us. You know, hey, next week our show will be pork, the other white meat. I'm joking.
Okay. Well,
But next week we'll have a show, and we're going to go ahead and go to the Kings and let them do their salutation.
All right. So listen, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I'm glad to have been here and glad to have had you guys tune in to show us love, and we're showing you guys love right back. I want to give a shout out to my family. I want to give a shout out to my kids. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to Queen K. You know what I mean? I love you. You know what it is. That's about it for me, man. Tune in next week and join us.
All right. Thank you so much for being here on a wonderful occasion, a wonderful night. This is a day that the Lord has blessed us with, and we have
should be
rejoiced
glad
in
about it. Ain't that the
Thank you
truth?
so much. I want to say a shout out to our fans, most importantly to my wonderful mom, Lady G, Geneva Lundy. I love you so much. Happy birthday, Marcia. I know your birthday is around the corner. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
God continue to keep blessing you and many more. Most important to my beautiful wife, Natalie. Thank you so much for the blessing. And I want to send a special shout out to a church member. Well, I lost 2 church members over the last week.
Wow.
Shout out to the Thomas family. Brother Maurice, may you rest in heaven. Also, Sister Irma Wyatt, may you also rest in heaven. And we just love you so much, and thank you so much.
Yeah. Keep it short and sweet. Peace and blessings to my international family worldwide. Appreciate y'all watching the show. Appreciate y'all joining us every week. Thank you so much. Shoot it over to my man, King Doc.
I want to give a shout out to baby girl. You know, you are my world, and I love you with everything I am. I want to give a shout out to my mother, who I've given several shouts out to, Miss Regina Janet Schofield, who given me my silly. I attribute all of my mother, and I can sit and laugh for hours at a time. So we just silly like that. I want to give a shout out to my father, Mr. Kenneth Allen Moore Sr. I want to give a shout out to my military family, and always know that I'm with you in spirit. And if you need to ever talk to me, you can IM me. If you don't want to talk about it on my page, you can hit my page, and I will try my best to get back with you. Because of the suicide rate, then I want to make sure that you know you're not alone. I want to give a shout out to each and all of our fans, to Miss Marceline, that's whose birthday is, right? I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Okay, and on that note, we out. You guys have a great one.
Yes.
Talk show Kings.
Man, listen. Love y'all.
Don't call women. What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all. Hold on, D. Joe Biden? D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this porch. And stay like that. Street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all.